Hi everyone, my name is Chad. Welcome to my channel. It's a beautiful day here in Colorado. More snow on the ground, more fresh snow. Rivers flowing in the background. And the air is crisp and cool. Just gorgeous. So, here to talk to you today about compassion. Compassion is a feature of strength. Oftentimes we don't relate the two, but compassion is a feature of strength. And this line comes directly out of the Book of Joy with the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. And if you haven't read it yet, I suggest you get your hands on it and work away. It's an amazing book. I've read it through a few times, just keep going back to it, find something new and amazing each and every time. So compassion is a feature of strength. What does that mean? Compassion is something that we associate with maybe a maternal mother, maybe a religious leader, maybe somebody that's volunteering at a homeless shelter or a women's shelter or something like that. We are all compassionate beings. We're made to be compassionate beings. We're not made to put aside each other. The way our DNA is produced is we are all one. We are all together. Though we may be unique in our various ways, we are all one being. We are all part of this grid on this planet. We are all part of this universe in some way. But when we're separated from each other, it doesn't seem to work quite so well. That's why they use solitary confinement in prisons. It is one of the worst forms of punishment that you can go through, to be apart from each other. So compassion is something that we don't associate with a strong person. We don't associate with, if we used to not associate with a strong person. Let me correct that. I think times are changing. I think people are waking up and understanding that we need to take care of our fellow human versus toss them aside or deny them the basic rights of living, such as water or food. We want to be engaged with our fellow human. We want to give back to them. There's a story about the Dalai Lama in the Book of Joy, and the author is describing how the Dalai Lama, His Holiness, will go to each person and touch his forehead to their head and mirror their emotions at that time for each person. And this can be a line of 100 people that come through. But he's showing major compassion. But sitting next to him at the dinner table, the same author describes his leadership, describes the strength that he feels radiating off this person. So compassion is necessary to be a great leader. Compassion is necessary to be a strong person. We see fear happen a lot when we see discrimination happen. Fear is a result or a direct influence of discrimination, of racism, of hatred, of anger. Fear is the underlying aspect of many of those things. People are scared of another person's skin color. People are scared of whatever the media has portrayed this certain group of people to do. People are scared, and it translates into these things that we call anger, hatred, racism. So take a look. Are you living in fear? Are you not compassionate because of fear? You're not compassionate because you're scared of something? The biggest irony that I see is, these religious groups that are discriminating on the base of religion. Now, if their God was to come down and say, we would just look and say, what is going on? That is not what I'm teaching. That is not how you should be living. We are brothers, we are sisters, we are moms, we are dads, we are aunts and uncles. We are all related in some way or another. We all came from an Adam and Eve, if you believe that. We all came from a small group of people that has expanded and expanded and expanded to where we are today, to 7 billion people on this planet. So I challenge you to be compassionate today. Find someone that you can help. Just don't look at the person on the side of the road as a homeless person, a bum that didn't make good decisions. Because we could have all been there at one point where we didn't make a good decision, and that could have come back and affected us in some way or another. We could have all been to that point at one time or another. Take care of everyone that you see. Be compassionate towards everybody that you see. Some people it's easier to be more compassionate to than others. Just remember, those people that may be difficult to be compassionate to, they had a dream at one time. They have a dream still. They may have just forgotten what it was along the lines. I'm wishing you all a wonderful, wonderful day. Hopefully, you can get out into nature, get some fresh air under those lungs. I'm just gonna turn slightly and show you this sunrise coming up. Well, it's there. It's a little hard to see under the clouds, but when you live next to a ski resort, you definitely want to make sure that there's snow on the ground. So I love you all. You're all my brothers. You're all my sisters. My mother, my father. We're all one. Smile at the world, and the world will smile back. Remember, hit that little subscribe button on the bottom. Give a thumbs up if you like it. We'll talk to you soon.